Good boy! Okay, I've been asked to do a little video on how I made my dragler machine. So here goes. The motor I used is a JP Power Torque radio controlled nitro engine starter. These retail around £26. If you buy one from eBay or online, the postage bumps us up quite a lot, so if you can find a near local model shop, probably a lot better getting it that way. These are the leads, and that was one of the layouts I had, £26. The power comes from a 12 volt battery. This was £16, but it's a damn sight lot lighter than a car battery, which a lot of the other drag machines seem to use. And the charger, this was about £12. I'm sure if you shop around you can find these a bit cheaper, but again, online they are quite hefty for a parcel, so the price does get bumped up quite a bit. The lure, this was 3 lengths of coloured rope, untwined, folded in half, and then just zip tied together. Simple, effective, makes plenty of thrashing about for the dog, loves it. The line, this is 150 metres of bricklayer's line. Originally I started off with 70 metres, but the dog barely got going and he was flying past me, so this is a lot longer and a lot better. To hold the spool, if you like, onto the motor, I've used plumbing 40mm plumbing coupler, I think they're called, as a screw fitting on each end. It's a very snug fit onto the motor, but with a bit of patience, bit of effort, it just about goes on there. And then you screw it on, it tightens and grips it quite well. I mounted the motor on this platform of wood. Obviously, my choice of wood in this first instance wasn't very good. It was too soft and it split, but it's held it in place. And I've mounted this in an old model aircraft field box. It can be, and I have seen it mounted in a toolbox, where you mount it in the toolbox and then you cut a hole in the front, allowing for the spool to spin, and it's quite effective and obviously waterproof. It houses everything that way, but I had this knocking about. It saved me a couple of quid on buying a toolbox. Also handily, the battery fits in there when I'm out in the field, so it's not bad. And also has a little drawer on the front, just keep the dog's muzzle in and other various bits and bobs. I put this eyelet on the front here. This was because when I initially set it running, there was no real guide for the line to go back on the spool. It just bounced all over. It was quite difficult to control. Obviously, the tension in this, it's pulling on the wood. So another idea I've had is to use a ground peg just in front, maybe just to let the line run through so it goes directly onto the spool. The next bit was the bit I had maybe the most problem with. I won't say technical, but getting these spool sides. I went to B&Q, and these are the spools they use to hold cable, rope, chain that you go and buy by the meter or whatever. These were knocking about, and they said just bin them. So I took one of these, cut the middle off, cut a 40mm hole and slid these on. Under the line, it's held apart by short dowels all the way around, glued in place. If anyone ever has a better idea for doing this, it'd be great to think of some other way. But it's effective, it works. Yeah, I hope this is some help to some people. If you've got any questions, feel free to contact me.